Okay. I had to get my situation, my things in order, people. Because yeah. All right, so first and foremost, I had to get my mic situated. I had to get all of the things situated. I recorded a portion of this, and I was telling you guys that if you ever, this is just a tip, if you ever get online or you go live or, you're public speaking or something of the sort, if you're doing readings, whatever the case may be, if you have trouble with your mental process, you feel like you're all over the place, I highly suggest lighting incense. Incense will, obviously, it's air. So we know that air rules communication, it rules movement, it rules speech, it rules thought. Okay. It rules your hands, it rules circulation. Right? And how things are portrayed, perspective, how things are picked up on, opinion, judgment. All of those things are air qualities in rulership of air. Air is in rulership of those things. Okay. I highly suggest lighting an incense. Incense is going to get the air moving in the space. It's also going to provide smoke, so some grounding measures as well, so that you are essentially protected from any negative thoughts or connotations. Incense, 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 incense. I highly suggest incense. We obviously know that incense are used. A lot of readers, every reader should be lighting an incense. It allows spirit to be welcomed into the space. Anytime you're smudging anything, letting in smoke into the space, it's very intimate. Okay. Very intimate, very sentimental, very, very, it has a cadence to it. Okay. So let me actually text my daughter and my children and tell them not to be loud, because I'm not trying to do a whole bunch of edits today. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. So let me, like I say, my three, let's go. Let me text my three, because maybe they're not aware, because I can hear them. Y'all might can't, because my mic is supposedly noise cancellation, but I don't know. So if y'all hear anything in the background, please excuse my minions. It did snow. We are, hold on. It did snow, you guys. We are in North Carolina, and put this on do not disturb, actually. So we're not disturbed. We're in North Carolina, and it did snow. It snowed yesterday, but that snow has quickly melted. Nonetheless, the kids did not have school today, nor do they have school tomorrow. Okay, so I'll be recording and doing a whole bunch of things this week. Please stay tuned, you guys, because I am on it. This is what I want to talk about today. Neptune has transited into Aries. Praise the Lord. Praise the gods, the spirits themselves. Thank you. Praise God. Okay. I am genuinely excited about this transit, and I'm going to put things more in depth in regards to I'm going to put things in text in depth. Okay. Down below to give like more insight, and for those that may not be able to view the video right away or whatever the case may be, I'm going to put like a concept. Is it a kind of like a feces. Anyway, I'm gonna put things in words, okay, at the bottom of this video, because this video is going to go on my Substack, but it's also going to go on YouTube, I believe. Excuse me. So with that being said, I want to talk about, we'll get into this in the text as well. Neptune is a generational planet, yes. So it doesn't affect you personally a whole lot. But then again, I kind of beg to differ, because if you are a spiritual person, the Neptune does affect you personally. Neptune in my sixth house, I'll give you a brief understanding of what I'm speaking of. Neptune in my sixth house has allowed me since 2011. Okay. I had my firstborn in 2012. 2012 is when I found myself getting into my roots, getting back into my roots. I was 16 at the time, in 2011. So I conceived my child, and I had my child in 2012 when I was 17. Some of you may not even realize that or know that about me. All right. I was a teen parent. So essentially, the body, the version, okay, in my sixth house, that was gone. And no one really had any recollection as to when that would have possibly happened. Neptune, okay. On top of, I was also catapulted into my spiritual inclinations. So I'll talk a little bit about this too on another article that I'm writing in my bag. Okay. Another article that I'm writing coming up about just my upbringing, but just to touch briefly on it, you guys. Once I had my child, pregnancy, again, very Neptunian. Motherhood is more so Cancerian. It's the bosom. It's providing. It's giving life. It is the birth of something essentially. But Pisces is the canal. It is the waterway. It's how things are intercepted. Okay, which we know sperm has to travel up the canal, and your eggs fight and pull and determine what's intercepted and what's not. That's a whole other subject. Medical astrology, if you will. So I had my child, okay? And that's when I started learning more. I started seeing more of these spiritual inclinations. I was working in a hospital. I was working in a hospital with mothers and babies. I saw the medical side of things from the time I was 16 and 17. I went straight into working in a maternal ward where I assisted mothers and babies, not just mothers or not just babies, mothers and baby, a mother and baby ward, meaning that they co-shared a room together. So I was really able to assist people. I saw the background of what the medical field was, especially for those that were in the poverty aspect of things, on a poverty level or a minimum wage level or a low class level. I was able to see what people actually needed within that space, how much of the resources are lacking, especially for people of color, especially when it came to breastfeeding, when it came to lactation consultants, when it came to care, when it came to mental health as well, and also sexual health. I saw a lot of people that had things that were contracted. I saw girls as young as 13 or 14 having babies, deciding to keep them. Girls that were a part of that were victims of abuse, sexual abuse, rape. So Neptune definitely did affect me in those ways, but it allowed me to learn different aspects of myself. But it definitely brought me back to me, to spirituality, and to what people needed. And just outside of the mother baby scope, something is happening in the mind here, in the world, in the outside world as well. Um, deep in conspiracies, but also deep into the fact that some of the conspiracies that are mentioned in the world are not conspiracies at all. And this is me firsthand behind the scenes, picking up on things that shouldn't be. Okay, how people were built, how mothers and babies, depending on whether you get Medicaid or not, depends on what formula you get, depends on what diapers you get, depends like it was a lot of whoa. If you were inherently black, you may not be able to see a lactation consultant, but if you were white, for whatever reason, you were able to see one. If you wanted to stay an extra day because you didn't get Medicaid, you had regular insurance, you could, versus you have Medicaid, you got to go in 2-3 days. Someone may need to stay an extra day. They may need to try to get their things in order, you know? So these are just background things, right? So I say all that to say it brought a lot of awareness to my life spiritually. Okay. And Neptune, okay, Neptune rules the 12th house, which is Piscean, essentially. All right. It is exalted in Cancer. So there's that. Um, so as you can see, these things all correlate in a way, right? And that's just as soon as Neptune went into Pisces in 2011. This. So with Neptune coming in Aries, okay, it's personally out of my house of work. It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. But towards the end, these past couple of years, Neptune and Pisces, these last couple of years for me personally have been trying. Okay. I have a spiritual business, an entirely different world. I'm no longer working for someone, but I now have a spiritual business. Okay. That I'm operating, and I have to maneuver my own boundaries, maneuver my rest, maneuver, okay, I'm not going to be able to work as hard as people think that I am. And in a way where I would have wanted to expand, I now see why I wasn't able to fully expand in the ways that I would have liked. Not yet, but Neptune and Aries changes the game for me personally, right? Neptune and Pisces at the time was saying, okay, you need to, for all of us, you need to figure out your dreams, your aspirations. You need to figure out, what are you bringing? What are you giving to the world? Okay. What is your subconscious thinking affecting your physical reality? Is it? And in many ways, Neptune, we have to also remember that Pisces is also essentially was ruled by Jupiter. So it gives us an exam, a test of some sort. It says, okay, are you able, the things that you are subconsciously thinking, bringing into the world, manifesting in the world, the things that you are coexisting with in your personal world, is it helping the outside world? Because think about the fish. It's two fish. They're commingling worlds. Okay. So it's Neptune and Pisces asks all of us to think about, to dream, to step out there, okay? To get out there, to do things that are out of the ordinary for us, things that we might not have necessarily wanted to do, things that maybe we didn't know that we had a inkling for, or things that we didn't necessarily know were our gifts. We were testing those out with Neptune in Pisces. Okay. Neptune in Aries is asking us to be leaders. It's asking us to, it's one of those things where, okay. Neptune in Aries is more like, are you going to answer the call? Are you going to answer the call to action now? Your ancestors, your guides, your spirits are ready to assist you in catapulting forward. It's saying, okay, we see what you have thought up, subconsciously conjured up, all the lists, all the journals, all the manifestations, all of the things that you have written down, all those things. Now we are putting those things into action. Now we're saying, are you now ready to implement these things? Are you ready to give these things out to the world? And are you ready for them to receive them? You've manifested things so much so, now it's time to deliver. Okay. And this is another reason why during this transit, you really need to be careful about what you think about, what your thought process is, because you can undo yourself, but you can also have like some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? A reboot or a revamp, if you will. Your spiritual body is attempting to elevate. So with that, your physical body must also be in alignment. So this will ask us to be careful of what environments we're in. Be careful of who we commingle with, of who we're in relationships with. Be careful of the groups that we network with. Be careful of opposition. So as I was saying, guys, Neptune in Aries is really going to be monumental when it comes to right now. Everything that you've thought about, everything that you have subconsciously, consciously, physically done, that you may not have even realized. My God, I can't talk today. You may not have even realized how much you've almost planned your life. Okay. All the things that you've done since 2011 up until now, it's like as if you were the audience to your own show. And the things that you're about to do now moving forward to 2039, Neptune in Aries, it's time to take action. I've been interrupted so much during this video that I'm just like completely discombobulated. And I need to reset the room. I was recording and I didn't even have my mic on, so I had to go back over and record this again. I don't know what I said, what I haven't said. I'm sure there's plenty more to say. Whatever else I have to say that I didn't say or that I possibly recorded but it didn't pick up because I didn't have my mic on, I'll just put it in the text up under this video. So don't worry. You guys will get all the information that you need from me in regards to this transit. Someone asked me also about how, asked me to explain more about how it could affect women. And I will definitely do that. I was definitely stating in the video that didn't make it that I do believe that Neptune in Aries will make women more aware of these high standards that we put on men, and majority of women will find that the confidence, the resilience, the courage, the leadership that you think men have, majority don't necessarily have those characteristics. And that may come as a surprise to a lot of women, even though there are women that already know this or are already becoming hip to this. You'll see this realization a lot more. It's also going to affect women more so, in my opinion, intuitively, but really, honestly, in all aspects, because women are a full body form. We operate from our sacral, from sex. We operate from our mind. We operate from physical things. We operate in the same way that men do. It's just not an even playing field. Depends on what you're talking about when it comes to an even playing field. I don't think it has ever been, and I don't think it will ever be an even playing field. And I think women will come to the realization of that as well. A lot of people will have to start understanding that about each other. Men understanding that about women, that women are really choosing themselves during this time. Women, in regards to men, that majority of the men that you meet, these realizations about them that you may not have understood, you'll start to realize that, or you'll start to see that a lot more now. A lot of these men do need a lot of spiritual intervention, a lot of help. Okay, when it comes to normal duties, things that women do on a daily, and vice versa. It's with women. A lot of women are male centered. Okay, so this could really break up that ideology that women have, this allegiance that they have with men over women. Also, we have to keep in mind that Aries rules also not just the head, but everything that's on the head, everything that has senses. So your ears, your eyes, your sense of the actual things that are there, the things that are visible to people. You'll often find that Aries have big eyes, or like bulging eyes. I was talking to my grandmother earlier, and she recently found out that she has cataracts, which she's had before. But that made total sense to me because she was having some cognitive issues over the past couple months, and she knew that she was having eye issues. So if you're having eye issues, please look out for that. Please keep an eye out for stuff like that. Don't let that get away from you. Keep up with your health. Keep up with that. And I made some other posts that I post too, but just be mindful of that, you guys. Anything that's going on with the head, be mindful of. Anything that's on your head, in your head, brain function, be mindful of all of that. But that it made total sense that she was having this. Something told me to look up cataracts, and not necessarily the symptoms, but it's cataracts. Is there something that's correlating cataracts with cognitive decline? And yes, so I didn't learn that until today. Cataracts can actually affect your mental state. It can actually give you anxiety, give you depression if it goes untreated, especially for a long period of time. So that completely makes sense to me. So for those that don't know, cataracts are like a film on the eyes. I'm sure there's way more information I could possibly give, but just on a surface level, cataracts is like a film over the eye, and it's like layers of film. So think about the fact that, I don't know if you guys realize this, but think about the fact that a lot of readers, a lot of intuitives, a lot of, at least from what I see, a lot of spiritualists don't wear glasses. From my experience, back when I was in high school, remember I was telling you guys about the fact that I've come to my spirituality more, getting back to my roots in when I was 16 or 17. I had fucked up vision. I was like farsighted on one eye, nearsighted on the other eye, whatever. I was wearing glasses that had medicine in it. And then I would go back and as I was reading more, not only reading like physical books, but actually doing readings for myself, getting more in tune with myself and doing readings in general. The astigmatism that I had, I didn't have anymore. Last year I went to the doctor, my vision was 20/20. So that makes sense to me. Okay. Because essentially things that are happening, the physical aspects that are happening on the outside, okay, is a mere reflection of what's happening on the inside spiritually with you, you know? So that made total sense to me. And it all clicked, and I explained that to my grandmother, who was also very spiritually inclined. And that made sense to her as well. Okay. Just be mindful of that. I don't know who needed to hear that. Somebody must be having some type of eyesight issues. Whoever's listening, just be mindful of anything to do with the head. Again, Aries rules. Head is blood, it's trauma, it's impulsiveness, it's reaction, it's action, it's Aries, the sign, the energy is fully capable of starting things. It is the start of life itself. So Neptune and Pisces has asked us to, conjure up all these things. Think about all the things that you want to do. Yeah. Dream about it. Even start doing it, start implementing it. Because if you have been building it up and building the blocks, this is your do-over. This is your time to expand. This is your time to get out there and put your gifts out to the world. Show the world who the fuck you are. Because Aries, the sign of Aries, asks us, who are we? Who are you, rather? Who are you? It's a lot. It's a lot that I can tie to this. It's a lot of things that you'll see. You'll see a lot of topics about the indigenous. You'll see a lot of topics about people stating who they are, where they come from. You can't tell them who they are. And people are going to be sitting on business. People are going to be sitting on business these next couple of years. And if you're in people's way, you have to get out of the way. I will be mindful. I'll be mindful of that as well. We talked about war. We talked about that kind of stuff. And I'll get more like in depth, but I want to definitely go through every house. Every house in 1 through 12, because we have 12 houses for those that don't know. So 12 signs, 12 houses. I want to just go through that, give a in-depth of what that looks like. I want to get this uploaded tonight. So I'm not going to talk too much. I probably already did too much talking, and I feel like I've been recording for hours. But I'm going to go through that. I'm going to touch on more about, how it affects women, and that'll probably be a separate post in itself, because these are just separate thoughts and I just don't want to overwhelm you guys. Okay. But I'm excited about this transit. I'm excited about what's to come. I'm really ready to get to work again. It's out of my sixth house, and though it has been a good ride, it has also been a lot of counteracting. I don't know if I said it already, but again, if I have counteracting my boundaries, my sleep, repressing things, letting things out, letting things go, letting people go. Okay. Picking myself, choosing myself over others. And again, Saturn will also be coming into Aries soon. So now, right now is like the perfect window to just go ahead and start implementing things, start getting the business, start getting to work. Saturn, I mean, if you've already gone through your Saturn return, which at this point most of us have, if you are coming into your Saturn return, your Saturn is in Aries, and this will be conjunct that. Okay, transiting Neptune, obviously for you guys. Okay, in conjunct Neptune. So Saturn and Aries people. All right, it's your turn. Yeah. So you'll have the aspect of discipline along with the aspect of boundary or rest or just depending on how it shows up. I mean, it's the Aries, so honestly, it may be a little lighter for people in Aries. But Pisces, my God, that was terrible. Last but not least, I don't think I got this on camera. I poured some whiskey. I took a shot. I did get it on camera, but it didn't record. I took a shot and took a shot, put my shot glass. What I want you guys to do, okay? And I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I'm making a star anise oil, a fame. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. Bitch, you're a star. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. 5-star, maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. All I know is if you have whiskey, okay? If you have whiskey, you have a bottle of whiskey, rum, something of the sorts, okay? Don't empty it all the way. Leave a little bit, not too much. Don't overdo it. Leave a little bit, little swish, little swoosh of liquor, okay, in here. Because we're going to put our oil in here. Shout out to Bossy. If you guys are not subscribed to her, following her, whatever the case may be, I think that you should be. I like her a lot. In her teachings, she does a very good job. Shout out to her. Now, we're gonna do. This is one of her methods too. But this came off my altar. I've been having this has been sitting on my altar. I always have some type of whiskey, some type of alcohol. Okay, my spirit is like whiskey. Okay, that is a liquor of the spirits. Okay, whiskey. I'm using whiskey. You can go get a bottle of Crown Royal. Go get a bottle of whiskey. Don't get no cheap shit. I mean, like, it could be in your price range, but don't. This we leave it on our altar for days, for a couple days. We're doing 7, especially for the type of oil that it is. We're doing 7 days. You guys know that for most of you, you guys know I'm a 7 of diamonds. Okay, we're doing 7 days. So 7 is dear to me. We're doing 7 days on the altar. So get you something that your spirits don't like. Okay. And that, if you already have something at the house that you've already drunk out of, pour some of that out, put it in the container or whatever, put it in the refrigerator, put it whatever you're going to put it. Leave a little bit in the glass. I'm going to use this Okay, leave a little bit in the glass. And we're going to make an oil. Now, I'm going to record and I'm going to upload and all those things. The video will be up tomorrow. Now, this will be for my paid subscribers. So if you are not a paid subscriber at this time, please go ahead and get that. I am going to give maybe about 50 slots at an introductory price. All right. But I'm going to pretty much go over. It's going to be a full-fledged tutorial. I'm going to be in the kitchen. Y'all going to see me in the kitchen. I'm going to be doing my thing. I'll probably do it tonight if I feel up to it. I still have a ritual to upload. But nonetheless, it'll be uploaded tomorrow. Okay, so whether I do it tonight, in the morning, however, it'll be done. It'll be uploaded tomorrow. I just wanted to let you guys go ahead and get that whiskey bottle together between stores closed now, probably, depending on where you at. Get that bottle, okay? If you don't use it already or whatever the case may be, that's fine. All right? Whatever is going on our altar, okay? All the things. We're going to make an oil. And this oil going to be fire. And I want you guys to keep a journal. I want you guys to keep note of the things that are going to be happening over the course. From the time you make the oil, from the time you use it, from the time, to the time it run out. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. So, make sure you take advantage of the offer. I got a lot of things coming from my paid subscribers. A lot of things coming from my subscribers in general. But for my paid subscribers, I really want to give it for real. Okay. It's a monthly subscription. It's a monthly support for all the things I'm going to be teaching you. I'm going to be dropping something in the pay category at least once a week, at the least, probably more than that, because I'm on my bully. I'm in my bag. I follow one of the girls, and she says, "Get my money up, not my funny up." Hello, get your money up, not your funny up. So that's what we'll be doing, and it's not solely going to be based for money. But I'm giving some things over the next couple of weeks. So get in. Outside of that, that's it, you guys. I think I've done enough rambling and things. So we'll talk. And I'm gonna get this uploaded. Oh, last but not least, for the rituals, I'm doing something different. So I'm actually gonna start. I'm going to still post the pictures on Facebook and Instagram and my stories and all those things, but I'm going to start giving more detail to the rituals, and that will only be on Substack. Okay? So if you want to get more in depth with your Substack or whatever the case may be, with your ritual, it'll be posted on Substack. And then maybe, for my paid subscribers, I'll have some things that you can do to implement, make it a bit more potent. My rituals already be potent as it is, but some things that you could do at home, some rituals that you can do at home, just to further the ritual over the course of months. We'll see. But I just know that I'm going to start giving more description. I get a lot of messages during my rituals that I don't really post online because I'm like, I don't like everybody up in our business. Like, once my clients, my customers pay what they need to pay, I don't really like people up in our business. What we manifest and all that kind of rah-rah. So I think, I be wanting to come and make videos and name the petitions and read it out loud, but I don't want everybody in our business. So maybe for the paid subscribers, I'll go a little bit more in depth, the behind the scenes, and give y'all some extras, and because the petitions are good. The petitions are good. They're fire. Some of y'all, majority of y'all, write so fucking good. And like I'll be wanting to share not personal, personally, like personal information. But I'll be wanting to like share like a little brief, like this is how you do it. This is how you manifest. I'll be wanting to share that with, a few of our other patrons because they be need, some people be needing a little extra assistance. But my God, like it's a gift to write good petitions. But anyway, we'll see. Tell me what y'all think about that. A lot y'all know the people that write the good petitions, y'all know who y'all are. So just I probably like post a little snippet of this on Facebook or whatever the case may be. So just comment below and tell me if you're okay with that or not. And I'll put like a little voting poll and all that kind of stuff. Just tell me if y'all okay with that or not before I decide to possibly share. But they're just so good. Again, I wouldn't share like any like personal details, names, information, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But like, just tell me if y'all okay with it. Like rituals that have already been done, not new rituals. Tell me if y'all are okay with that. Let me know. We'll do like a little vote. If this you feel like I'm gonna reach out. I can reach out to you guys personally too, but let me know what you think. All right. I'll talk later. Peace.